Hello, right there. Welcome to my channel and thank you for stopping by. I'm grateful to have you, and I'm sure I'm not going to waste your time. Do not slide away. You're going to learn something that will blow your mind. I'm sure you're going to hear what you've not heard before, and you're going to leave this channel better than you came. My name is Zion Bassey. People call me the builder since 2015 because I have spent a bulk of my life building people. So they call me the builder. I build people with Broadway's Consultants, a Nigerian registered consultancy company, all right, where we train organizations on personal productivity. We also write for people. We also consult with companies to help them reach ultimate productivity. We help the companies, grow their personal productivity and also have a larger margin. We also write for companies. We also take care of companies contents and online contents and offline documents. We are a complete consulting company. We train and we consult with brands to help them gain ultimate productivity. I also build infrastructure with Z-based construction. So I'm a civil engineer, a Korean civil engineer. We also have Z-based construction, a Nigerian registered construction company. Yeah, but tonight I'm gonna be your builder. Yeah, I'm gonna build you on the topic I call bad money habits workshop. Yeah, it's gonna be a workshop because I'm gonna show you the tips and the step-by-step formula for destroying, for clarifying your bad money habits and erecting a formidable money habit that will help you not just to make more money, but keep your money and get your money to work for you. It is not how much money you make that matters. It is for how long you can keep your money, and also ultimately how hard you can make your money work for you. Robert Kiyosaki said, and I quote, financial intelligence is not how much money you make. No, sir. It is for how long you can keep your money and how hard you can make your money to work for you. End of quote, Robert Kiyosaki. So you see, my friend, it is not about working hard. It is about making your money work hard for you. Putting your money in a vehicle that will drive it and get it to work for you hard enough. But how do you make money to work for you when you don't even know how to keep it? Many people are not broke. People are just having priority problem. Yeah, most people that claim they are broke, what they need is to know what to spend their money on and to mind their priorities. Everybody on earth has a seed money. Someone will dash you money, or you will inherit money, or you will work in one place or the other and you just do something and they will give you money. Some people even steal for money. Yeah, so there are many ways you can make money. Like I have counted, you can steal to get money, which is wrong, which is not advisable because you'll be caught eventually and you will lose more than you ever gain. Yeah, you can work to make money. Number two, you can inherit money. You can be born into wealth and you just wake up and see yourself in wealth. You can, number four, be given money. People can just give you money. Right? So people will always make money. You will always make money. But the question is, can you keep this money? And can you get this money to work for you? Yeah? Because it's not about, being a millionaire is not about having a million in your account. It's being able to provide, to generate a million naira whenever it is called for. Aliko Dangote is a billionaire in dollars and the richest black man in the world, not because he has over $30 billion in his account. He may not have that amount in his account. I can tell you, he does not have that amount in his account. But his worth, his net worth, if you put together and measure his assets, you could count that amount. And the man can just put that kind of money from his assets. So we now measure him by the assets, by the things his money has developed, has established, has built. for him. So we call him a billionaire. Yeah. So it is not about how much money you make, but how long you can keep it and how hard you can make your money work for you. In this workshop tonight, I wanted to say tonight because I am making this recording in the night. Yeah, so if you catch me say tonight, understand that it is because this is made in the night, so you can replace it with it today if you like. Yeah. So we will look into many things as I've listed here. We'll look at we look at the steps to guiding your finances against your appetites. Yes, your own appetites. And of course, against parasites and cues and triggers that cause you to spend your money without even thinking. This training is all you need, my friend, to preserve and grow your money. We will learn how to identify and neutralize negative thought pattern. We'll learn how to develop self-awareness and self-restriction. We'll learn how to track your expenses and make the best from your money, of course. Or we'll learn how to identify spending cues and neutralize those born out of emotions. We'll learn how to make empowering budgets. We'll learn how to set financial benchmarks. Yeah, I call it staying broke on what doesn't matter and staying rich on what matters. We'll learn how to overcome instant gratification. All of these and more you're going to learn in this workshop. So I bet you it's going to be one short workshop that you will learn more than you have learned from many books and from even your experience, your own personal experience. This is born out of years of experiences and years of consulting with people and helping them make more money, of course helping them keep their money and helping them direct their thoughts on the right places to make money. Of course, it's also born out of lots of accumulated knowledge. I have read hundreds of books. I have talked with many rich people. I also am a product of what I'm going to teach you tonight because I didn't have money growing up. I'll share my story as we proceed in the class. Well, I'm now someone that I can say, people can say I have money. Yeah, I have money because I have learned, I have mastered. I am a master of money. I spend my money where and when I want to spend it. I don't spend my monies, because people want me to spend them. I spend them when I need to spend them and how I want to spend them. Yeah, so I'm gonna condense and pour all of this knowledge, all of this insight to you in just a moment. So please stay on the video, and you can ask your questions on the comment section, and of course make this a worthwhile time for you. Financial freedom comes not by how much you make, but by for how long you keep what you make and how hard it works for you. That is a quote from Robert Kiyosaki. I forgot to put the quotation here, but I've already quoted him in the class as we started. This workshop will open your eyes and your mind to how to keep your money longer. Let me emphasize that it is worth emphasizing. When you can keep your money, my friend, investing it in a worthy course will be possible. Yeah, once you can keep the money, investing your money will be possible because you can find an opportunity to invest your money and you don't have the money, and then the opportunity slides. Yeah, there's a client I am consulting with in Rio. This story just came to my mind, and I was in Port Harcourt to train a company. She calls me that one investor wants to invest 10 million naira in her business. She sells beverages. I know she may watch this video and she would know I'm talking about her. The company is Zorica. Let me just point out everything. Zorica Nigerian Limited. They are into beverages. So she called and said, "Hey coach, someone wants to invest 10 million naira in my business." I was like, "Oh really? That's great." And she said that they were in a restaurant with one supplier of one of the products she sells, and she used to buy the products thinking about 4 million naira, struggling and trying to get the product into our warehouse. She sells other things. She's a top distributor with Pepsi, Coca-Cola, La Casera, and other top brands. So this man overheard their conversation with a marketer of one of the products she distributes, and immediately, because the man is a mutual friend, she was like, hey, you want to expand this product? How good is the product? Can I see the product? Blah blah. The man said, after the man heard about the product and loves the product, he said I'm gonna invest 10 million naira. And boom, they came to the store. The man already knew the store, so when he came to the store, he saw the products that she already has been selling the products. I think open and tasted the products and loved the products, and then boom, my client had an investor. So she called me to confirm if it is a good deal, because I consult with her. I have a contract for the rest of this year with her, to consult with her to help her make more money, to help her grow the business. So she always seek my advice before making any decision. So I was like, oh, that sounds great. I'll be back to you tomorrow. I had like a week or two to spend in Port Harcourt, but because of that, I ran home. So I came, saw the deal. It was a great deal. We got an agreement, and boom, the man pumped in 10 million naira into the business. And now the deal is that the man is going to make that 10 million naira in less than 2 years. Yeah, of course, about that. In this anticipation, he'll make back his money, and then the capital will still be running. Now, if that man did not have that 10 million naira and he was privy to the conversation, will he had a chance to make that investment that will give him back his money in 2 years and still running? Will he? He wouldn't. So you see, having money is very important. Money is king, and cash flow, they say, is prince. Your money is very vital. Every money you have in your account is a seed to your money potential. It's a seed to your wealth. Every money, I don't care how little it is. I don't care where you work. I don't care how little your pay is. It is a seed to your untold financial wealth. But you have to know it. You have to first know it. And thank God for this workshop. It's gonna open your eyes. My story: I was born without money. I was born into a family, an average family in Nigeria. My own was not just what people say. My own was real. We were broke. My dad was broke. From age 11, my parents stopped buying me things because the bills were just too much for them. And I started to sell things. I started selling bread. I used to sell bread as young as 11. As young as 11 now, but 8. Okay, I started selling bread at 8, yeah. But then I started selling kerosene at 11. So at 8, I was selling bread. I'll go to the market with my mom. My mom will buy me bread, loaves of bread. I will come back home, package them, oil them, and display them at our house. And that's how I started. From there, I built the money. I was able to buy kerosene, 10 liters, then 20 liters, then 50 liters, and still selling my bread. I did that throughout my life, and then I went to buy into nearby Calabar to buy raw cassava, come sell to people at the shore, make profits, go back. I started business at that young age. At age 20, I was already a big boy. I had made so much money that I told my parents, I'm going to go to school without seeking your school fees. Of course, as good as they were, they promised to pay the tuition and other bills were on me. So I was able to build that, and start from now, I can say, or people can say, I have money. Like, there's no point in my life that I can be flat broke, that my phone will spoil and I cannot pick a new one tomorrow, or my laptop that I'm using now will spoil and I can't get a new one tomorrow, or that I will need something that I can't get. I mean, the very basic things that drive my family and my business, it's not possible. That is because I have mastered these things. I am gonna teach you tonight, and I will show you more tips, or more about myself. There is an uncle of mine who worked in Shell. Growing up, my uncle was the richest man in my village. He was so rich. In fact, he was so rich to the point that whenever he came to the village, the whole local government will gather to welcome him. He will come with women, sometimes 3-4 women, in a convoy, and then he was so large. My real uncle, my first uncle. But now, to cut the story short, my uncle is flat broke. He managed to build one small house after his retirement. He just gathered the money that was left and build one very tiny house. In fact, my own dad's house is far bigger, times three than that. And my dad never had the kind of money he had. My dad never even sniffed half of 1/4 of what that man had. So my uncle is a clear case study of a man with money who ended life broke, who lived the last days of his life flat broke. And the things he did that I can never forget, which are some of the things I'm going to show you in this workshop. So this workshop is very vital for you, and I tell you, please stay connected, and of course prepare to practice what you're going to learn here, because you will hear some great things, some striking punches that will make you say whoa, really. But saying whoa really is not really important. What is important the most is when you apply the things you're going to hear. Knowledge is not power against popular opinion. Knowledge is potential power. If you fail to act on the knowledge you know or you have, that knowledge has no power, right? So execution is the power. Knowledge is potential power. It can be power, all right? But only if it is applied or it is acted upon. The real power, the true raw power, is execution. A man may not know much but applies what he knows. That man will be richer and will be more successful than a man who knows much and applies too little. It is like a professional and a professor. You know, a professor knows a lot. A professor is a reservoir of knowledge. But can you compare the lifestyle of a professor, an average professor, especially those in Africa, to that of a professional? Even those outside Nigeria, outside Africa, you can't compare their lifestyle to that of a professional, say a footballer or an athlete, or people who execute actively what they learn, what they know. You can't. So professionals are those who act on their knowledge. They may not know plenty, they may not know much, but they act on what they know consistently. Yeah, unlike a professor who only teaches and holds so much theories and hardly applies those things she knows or he knows in real life. And life favors those who act upon their knowledge. Life conspires to favor those, to give to those who apply their knowledge. So please commit to applying the things you're going to do. You must not apply everything because there will be much. There will be plenty. You can pick 5 that stand out for you and stamp your feet on the floor that you're going to apply them. And I bet you that will be the difference between the current you and the you could be, and the you of your craved reality. Yeah, let's get to it now. What will be will not be until you first be. Yeah, this myth, what will be, is what has caused many people to squander their money. They believe money will always come. They believe I have a covenant of financial breakthrough. I have a covenant of wealth. I have a covenant of constant cash flow with the Lord. Listen, there is no covenant of financial breakthrough. There is no covenant of cash flow with God. The universe is blessed and made equal for all man. The money you have in your hand is by the connections you have, and by the ideas you have, and by the skills you have. Yeah, so the money is flowing because your current skills match with your current relationship. So once you link your skills to your relationships who are in need, or who know those in need of those skills, you're paid. It could be an idea you have that the people around you are in need of, and you're paid. And ideas flow, and the world changes. So the world might change past what people need from you. And if you do not make the best of the monies you make from the proceeds of the ideas of today, then you are not sure, you're not guaranteed of tomorrow. Tomorrow will not be according to your expectation. Yeah? So it is a myth. It is a myth. Money will always come, but money will not always come. Money will always come to the extent at which you can link your ideas to skills, active skills, and then to your human connections. Some people will say respecting money is worshiping it. or being stingy. No, no, sir. It is not. In fact, if there's anything being evil or being worshipping, it is those who purvey that thought that when you don't spend your money, or when you don't spend your money, you are worshiping money. No, you worship money when you spend your money carelessly, when you believe that everything is about your money, everything must be bought with your money, everything must be paid for with your money. So even things that you can pay for with something else, you still want to pay for it with money. So that time, that the money becomes your god. Money becomes your only option, your only means of exchange. Whereas there are many ways you can always appreciate, you can always get something. Yeah, there are many ways, but because you worship money, that is how you want to pay with money for everything. So you see, it is the other way around. It's not that when you don't spend money carelessly, you worship money. It is when you spend money carelessly that you really worship money. You make money your god. Yeah, yeah. The worship of money is even when you spend it carelessly. Spending money with care is respecting your hustle. You know how hard you made this money. You know what you went through. You know how many days you thought through that idea. You know what it took you to get the first deal, to get that job that paid you that money. So when you have the money finally in your hand, that money is a trophy. It is the measure. It is the reward of that years of hustle, of that days of work, of hard work, of that insult you went through in the hands of customers, of that rejection you went through, of all you had to go through to have that money. That money, the trophy of your efforts, of your persistence, of your resilience, of your grit. So when you spend that money, remember those things you went through. Remember what you had to go through to have that money. Then spend it to reflect the value you put in to making the money. If you always remember this, then you won't squander your money. You will spend your money only to things or on things that are worthy. Yeah? Are you with me? Spending money with care is respecting your hustle. If you want better results, forget about goal setting. Focus on your systems. That is how you do things, your process. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. You may want to write that down. I will say it again. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system. So what will be with your knowledge or ignorance. Yeah? What will be with your knowledge or with your ignorance. Are you with me? Yes, so let's look at some things. Quickly. Lack of knowledge is cooperation with Satan, yeah? Because the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So when you don't have money, you are cooperating with Satan. Because lack of money is the root of all evil. Not the love of money that they say is when you're given to lust. But the true root of all evil is lack of money. Many things that people do in this world, if they had money, they wouldn't do it. Most people who prostitute wouldn't prostitute if they had another way of making money. People who steal, people who do evil, most of them are born out of lack of money. They have no other option, so they have to resort to what is available. So it is the lack of money, right? So people perish for lack of money, and the devil comes not but to kill and to destroy. Yeah. So lack of money, lack of knowledge is cooperation with Satan, because once you don't have knowledge, you give room for the enemy, for the devil to use you. Knowledge itself is cooperation with God. Yeah, I won't dwell on this because of time. It is not generational curse, but generational bad habit. If you open your mind to what your parents or people from your village didn't know, you will get better results. If you open your mind to what your parents didn't know, you will make better results. Like my uncle that I shared with, many of his children are doing his path. One of my cousins, oh my goodness, there was time he gave me a job, and I gave him 10% of he gave me a construction work. So I usually give my friends or whoever brings the job 10% gross of the job. I paid my cousin, and the next day my cousin threw a party. In fact, he called me while he was in a bar that day that he has bills he should pay. Once he heard that the money landed in my account, he took himself to bar. I was calling my line to start talking about, I never even designed this money how it will be, the job will go. Hold on, he said no, he's already in the restaurant. He's coming for 5,000 naira. I should just send that one first. Then when I get the job settled, when I get the plan of the job settled, I can send the balance. He was calling me, and I had to send the 5,000 naira to me. And then the next day, he called me again to send the balance. My cousin is like that. He's squandering money just like his father. Now my cousin is going to end up like his dad. It won't be the devil. It won't be generational curse. It will be generational bad habits. He has recycled his father's bad habits. And what most people call generational curse, it's not generational curse, it is generational bad habits. When you repeat your father's bad habits, you will end up like your father. Like I said, there's no covenant. Don't allow any pastor to lie to you. There's no covenant of wealth. The only time there is covenant, it was between God and Jesus. So as believers, we enter that covenant when we receive Jesus. I don't want to go into that because I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor in this context. So let me stay with what I came to tell you. But I'm telling you now that your money covenant is in your right money habits. If you ever going to have a covenant with money, or with more money, or with keeping more money, it is by how you design your system, your habits, your process. Yeah? Alright, not by any supernatural intervention. You may have favor. I believe in favor. You may have a friend call you for a job. You may have financial, favor, that you cannot explain. But favor can only open the door for you. It is habit that will keep you in the room. You can gain a contract you do not deserve, but you will still squander the money if you do not have money knowledge. And that is what I'm going to teach you in tonight's session. You have the power to create your world by your money knowledge. This training is an opportunity for you to know what losers do not know. Above all, to get clarity to act on the things losers do not know. Alright, a degree doesn't mean you are smart. Common sense does. This is going to be a commonsensical training that will you just nod to and agree. It's going to agree with your spirit. It won't be anything too strange. You may hear new things, but it will still be in tandem with your spirit. To be common sense. This common sense workshop will be better 200% if you open your mind to what I have to tell you. A teacher once asked his students, how do you put a giraffe into the freezer? Some said kill and pieces it first. Others said it's not possible, you cannot put a giraffe into the freezer. And the man laughed and said, just open the freezer and put in the damn giraffe. And then he asked again, and the man asked again, so now how do you get an elephant into a freezer? He started perambulating again. The man said, you simply remove the giraffe and put the elephant in the damn freezer. And they were like, whoa. And then he asked the last question. There was a time when the Lion King once called for a meeting in the animal kingdom. And all the animals attended except one animal. The man asked, what would that animal be? And the students were scrambling again. None of them knew the answer. And the man answered, of course, the elephant. Why? Because he's in the freezer. So it is about common sense. Don't think too hard. Don't think out of the blue. There's a basic things that we neglect, that if we put together, can give us the life we expect. Alright? So let's get into it properly. It doesn't matter whether you have money now. It doesn't matter whether you are late or you are a failure. You call yourself a failure because you are not getting the things your mates get. You are not having a husband like your mate. You're not having kids. You're not having money to the extent that at which your friends have. Whatever is your current position, This training is for you, because being late doesn't mean you're failure. All right, maybe it means getting ready for a great launch. Yeah, and this training is going to trigger that great launch. I can tell you, this training will trigger that great launch. I don't care how far you are behind in your finances. I don't care how much you're paid. I don't care how much you make in a year. That this workshop, when you apply its wisdom, will launch you into your great possibilities. Guaranteed. What is money habit? Right, let's establish this quickly. Money has to be the most charged issue of life. It is the external worth and compensation for our internal value and contribution. Yeah, a habit is a routine that is performed regularly and in many cases automatically. Yeah, so bad money habit now is therefore the unhealthy or unintentional routine that we perform regularly and in many cases automatically. This routine crops our ability to realize our plans for our money. This poor habit is the reason our money is finished before the next one arrives. Alright? Or why we often run out of money even while on regular cash flow. That is what it means. That's what bad money habit means. That's what money means. That's what habit means. But the truth is that you are greater than your greatest imagination. You can make more money. You can be a billionaire in dollars. Yes, you. Yes, you. I am a living testament. I am a living proof of what I am saying. That a man born into poverty can become a millionaire, can become financially free at a young age. Yeah. So you too. It starts with this mindset. First off, that mindset is very important. You are not your bad money habits. You have to first of all detach yourself from that's how I spend money. I do not have good money habits. Money hardly stays in my hand. Money does not stay in my hand. I don't always see things and pass. You must first detach yourself from that identity, that false identity. Yeah, they were formed. Those thoughts were formed and can be broken. That identity was formed and it can be broken. Your bad habits stem from your previous education and beliefs. We will change them now and recalibrate their reality with better education and belief. Again, it is your mindset, it is your mindset, it is your mind, your thought pattern. They are the root of why you spend the way you do. Your mentality determines your actuality. I repeat, your mentality determines your actuality. What does money mean to you? Is it a tool for immediate gratification, or is it a vehicle to your dreamland? What does money mean to you? When you see money, once you have money in your custody, what does it mean to you? A tool to buy toys, a tool to buy things you will not even use, or things you don't even need, or a tool to solve other people's problem, pay the other person, etc. Or is it a vehicle to your dreamland? You must answer that. Type that on the comment section. What does money mean to you? What is more important to you? What are your values? The immediate or the long term? Are you a long term player or a short term player? Do you want to feel happy now? Do you want to feel satisfied now at the expense of the future, or at the expense of what truly matters? What does money mean to you? This mindset is the reason you spend the way you do. Like I said, because many people think money will always come, so they always spend. And you wake up one day and money is not coming. And then someone who was spending yesterday is now broke. And because they have picked a lifestyle, they resort into begging. Some of them even resort into ill vices because they want to retain that pay. And then they are caught and arrested and their life ends in misery, in calamity. Those who can't do bad things, they go begging, they go embarrassing themselves. These are guys who had money just a few days ago. The fact is, it's going to remain rosy, and then life happens. You see kids of rich people of the 80s and 90s and 70s being preppers today because they lack money knowledge. You can't have a new reality with an old mentality. It is your mentality first that you must deal with. Your mentality controls your appetite and your priorities and your definitions, your mentality. You must change your financial mentality if you must change your financial actuality or reality. Write that down. You must change your financial mentality if you must change your financial reality. Whenever you receive an alert, it is your mentality that will drive you to impulse spending or to saving or to investing. It is your mentality. It is not externally imposed. It is self-imposed. Your mentality. So I want to help you shake your mentality and recalibrate it to what really matters in this workshop. See your money as the seed. That is the first thing you must do to recalibrate your mind. See your money as the seed. I believe you have a fair agricultural knowledge. You understand what a seed is. If you don't, you can look at this picture. Yeah, the seed. The seed. So you can have a seed that can sprout into this. So this is not really what this guy was saying. But the man that plants something, the seed is bigger and the tree here is small. This one is small, this one is big. But the truth is that see your money as a seed that you should plant, that can spring forth and bear fruit and bring you harvest and bring you more seed to replant to have more harvest. Don't see your money as a fruit. You see money as fruit, you will always eat it. See your money as a fruit. You always eat it and give to hungry people around to eat. Of course, a fair idea of agriculture will tell you that farmers, when they harvest their corn, they don't finish all of the corn. They reserve some in a silo, or they dry it, in the local kitchen. Not that they are not hungry or that they have lost appetite for corn. No, because they understand the principle of seed. You know that the seed, the sperm, is the life of the next generation or the life of the next harvest. That is why everything that God created, He put in it a seed, a sperm, a spermatozoa. A spermatozoa, is that what you are? A sperma. Everything that God created, everything, including trees, God put a seed of its next generation, of its fruition. So that principle is key to how much money you can make. Don't ever finish your money without planting it for the next harvest. Never, no matter how small it is. Get something that will generate more money. Compound it till it gets to a point you can buy an investment, or you can buy a business, or you can lend to someone for profit. You do something with every money you make to generate more money in the future. That is number one principle you must instill or imprint into your brain, into your mind. So if you saw money as fruits, it will always come. It always comes. You eat and you finish it, and then one day it will come when the money is not coming. And what will you do? You are used to eating ripe fruit. You now be begging for spoiled fruit, for crumbs, for crayons. No, it shouldn't be so. So your money is a seed, yeah? If we have established that. Yeah, a good farmer preserves her seed for the next dry season or for the next harvest season. Yeah, he or she ignores her appetites. They ignore the appetites just to preserve that seed for the next harvest. So you learn from that. Don't eat your seed with the fruit. Yeah, if you lick an orange fruit, what do? You spit out the seed, Abi. God is so intelligent. God didn't allow us to devour, to eat the seed. Even the crops that even the crops we eat the seed, like the nuts. A wise man will not still eat all the nuts, all the fruit, all the seed. Yeah, but most fruits you don't eat and swallow the seed. You spit it out, and that brings more and more and more and more. Make sense to you? Is that established? Your mindset must change from seeing money as a fruit to seeing money as a seed. Established? That will, no matter how small it is, or whether you are given the money, or you work for the money, or you step on the money on the street. Well, as long as it is money, however you made it, see it as a seed. You must cut half of it and then use use one half for life bills, because there are bills you must pay. There are basic life bills you must pay, and then use the other the other half to plan your life. You will see it as you go in the future in the class, as or what you can be doing with each part of your money. So the next thing you must do is to develop a self-awareness and self-restriction. Say no to lasciviousness. I call it break failure. I call it lasciviousness, break failure. When you don't have control, long throat, whatever you see you want to buy. You see your friend wear a new t-shirt you want to buy, but you have lots of t-shirts in your closet you not used. You see your friend change a car, you want to also upgrade your car. You see your friend, you are just long throat. You lack break control. You have break failure. It is one mindset you must change: lasciviousness. Yeah, it is the reason your money goes from your hands before you know it. You are in church, they raise funds, you want to be informed, you want to show people you also have money, so you are out there. Those that are out there, some of them are out there from the residual, from the leftover of their investment. They only want to put your investments. No, sir. No, man. You must practice holding your appetite. Start with the everyday spending. No, don't just buy things because you see them, because they are fanciful, or because the seller is giving a discount, or because there's a promo on it. No, sir. Before getting something, you must be double sure you don't already have that thing, or its kind. And you must be sure you will not survive without that thing. I've said some strong things. Must be sure, number one, that you don't already have that thing or something close to it. Number two, be sure that you will not survive without that thing. If you will survive without getting a thing, then hold it. Match break. If you won't survive, if you will die without that thing, go ahead and buy it. Yeah? Let's move on. Are you learning something? Are you getting something? Are you learning something? Are you sure? Alright. Number two, realize that your length of years and its nature thereof will largely depend on your money. Yes, that's why those in advanced countries, those in Europe, those in Western Asia, and of course those in America, they live longer than those in Africa, because there's more money. They have more access to money than us, and money brings good life. Money brings rest. Money brings good diet, and these are the vehicles. These are the indices of living longer. Money is the most charged issue of life. You cannot continue to trivialize, to take for granted your money. You cannot continue to trivialize your money. Money is the most charged issue. If you want to live long, it's your money. It's your money. If you go to the hospital, you see poor people dying every day, and the rich ones being discharged to the next day. It's your money. Money. And money answers all things. Solomon says so, and he was one of the smartest. I think he's the wisest man known ever live in history. He said that money answers all things. So your money is not determined how long you live. So I'm saying this to give you the pleasure of having money, so you know that the money you are spending today will be your saving grace tomorrow. Third off, before spending, you must pause, reflect before you spend. Yeah, you talk about our mindset, talk about how money can make you live longer. Now we are on how do you get this money to stay longer in your hand. Pause, reflect before you spend. Think of a better thing that money could fix before you spend it. Have plans and percentage saving on every money. I have already said that. Have plans. For instance, there's a money I'm expecting tomorrow, about 300,000 naira. A survey I made for someone. Yeah, I want to spend about on 100K on the team that will do the job with me about that, and then the other 200K has already been spent in my head. So when the money comes, it just goes into the things I've allocated for the money. Yeah, and that's how I run my life. Every money that comes to my hand, if there is no allocation for the money, I don't spend it at pause. Once I take off my life expenses, my family expenses, my office expenses, then every other money that comes, I pause if I don't have what to do with it. And most times I don't have what to do with them. Yeah, I do have projects to fund them with. So do like that. Make sure every money that comes to your hand, a part of it goes into your life spending. You see how that runs in the class. Delayed spending is the term. We'll talk more about that, in the course of the class. But know that the best time to touch any money in your account is 48 hours after you earn it. The least best time, actually. The least best time to touch any new money in your account is 48 hours, 2 days, 48 hours. That allows you enough time to reflect on what deserves the money the most. Don't just rush to spend. Don't rush to give. A friend, not a friend, I was in my barber shop one day and I heard noise. I was shouting, screaming, and I asked what happened. They said he just won Bet Niger 15 million naira. He said about that, 15 million naira. He was screaming and he was shouting. The next day, he started calling his friends. He said, gathered, every place choked. Then they went drinking. He called the whole city on 15 million naira for him. That is a big money. For him, that money is going to last him the rest of his life. So he can't afford to enjoy it alone. And I told my Baba, this guy will be broke next week this time. If you know him, follow up and he will give me this feedback. You know what my guy did? The next time I used to cut my hair in 10 days. So the next day was like a week plus. He said, man, sir, you know what he said was true. That guy came back after 1 week, and changed his story. How those friends, after they drank, he went to pay hotel, he carried women, he spent, all he could ever do with that money was buy a Tokumbo car, one scrap car, 3.5 million naira. And he's not looking for who to sell the car to. 15 million naira gone in less than a month. So when you make money, pause. Think of your life, think of where you come from. Think of where you are going before you start spending. Make sense to you? Make sense? So let me show you 6 ways to restrict overspending. Yeah? And the class is getting to an end. These are the crux of the class. These are the cruxes. The drift of the class. Once you understand this, you understand the class. And we can now start rounding off. 6 ways to restrict overspending. Number 1, make spending your money difficult. Make spending your money difficult. Don't go out with cash or keep cash you don't have need for visible and easily accessible. Don't keep cash around you. Just keep the cash that you need for the time. Don't make spending money easy. Just like you want to break any habit, you must make that habit difficult to apply, to act. Make it difficult. Once it is difficult, the man's tendency, the man's nature, our nature is to hit towards the easy things. We like to do things that don't stress us. So if spending your money is difficult, your nature, your man nature will resist it. And that will be helpful for your money. Yeah? Yeah? Yes. Delete shopping apps like Jumia, like you know them from your phones. And of course, those friends that like to update their status with new wigs, new shoes, new handbags, you can block them. Unless when you want to buy a new wig, you can open them and see their status, because these things can tempt you. And of course, since it's just a click away, just click and your money goes. The money you made in 1 month just goes on a click. Come on, man. Don't do that. Make it difficult to spend your money. Don't have all your apps. I have 2 apps on my phone. I have 3 bank accounts. I will tell you more about this. I have 2 apps. The one is Opay, and Opay is for my bowling funds. The funds I used to bowl. And then the other app is Zenith Bank, and it is with my wife. The ATM and the app are with my wife. Yeah, that's my two um, accounts that I bought. I have another account with EcoBank. That one is a no-go area. That one I have no access. Yeah, I have a card. My wife got me to have a card in case we have emergency. Because your money is to save you from trouble. So you cannot have money and you run into trouble and you cannot help yourself. So when I got married some years ago, my wife instructed us to get that a card. Before I used to have a card. I used to wait till I walk into the banking hall and they can refund or transfer the money. So I have that card, but that card is kept where I will need to dig to reach. And it is my wife that who holds the key to the drawer that leads us to the key to where the card is. It is funny, he might sound funny, but it helps us to stay away, to steer clear of that card. And if I tell you how much is in that money, that account grows like a tree. It grows like a pawpaw tree or a papaya. It grows that money, that account is pretty, man. I tell you. I'm not kidding you. Then I have another account, Zenith Bank, and that is where that is an account I give my clients. That is the money I don't want to put in my company account. I have another account for my business. In First Bank, I have accounts for all my businesses, but those are not my money. So the money that I have full control of goes to my two accounts, Zenith Bank and Opay. Once the money enters, I transfer a percentage to EcoBank where I don't go to. Once every money enters my account, come to EcoBank. And then because I like to spend, I don't like to see people in trouble. I have long throat. And if I carry my Zenith Bank where most of my life expense, my everyday money goes to. If I have the cash, I will exhaust it in 1 week. So I just give it to my wife. My wife is more patient with money. My wife is more educated. She's a better person with money than myself. So what I have in my custody is the OPay. And OPay is small money, 50k, 100k maximum, just small money like that. That is the one I used to borrow to transfers. You know what I mean? So that makes spending my money difficult. Most times the OPay account is empty because it's my wife that funds it. Or maybe if I'm just doing a small business, 20k, 10k, probably in my alliance or my academy, people want to buy training, people want to buy books, people want to pay for my little 1 hour training, something like that. Just 20k, 40k, 50k stuff, which I will still transfer to the EcoBank, to Zenith Bank and to EcoBank. So I just allow enough. And most times the account is empty. Many times, like I'm talking to you now, that account is empty. So if I go out tomorrow, I'll just go out with the cash that I would need to maybe buy water or, So spending my money is difficult. Makes spending your money difficult. Some of you have 3 ATM cards, 4 in your pocket, all of them loaded. So you keep spending and spending. And these banks are also charging you via text messages. Like I told you, only one bank charged me for SMS, which is Zenith Bank, and it goes to my wife's alerts. I don't get the alerts. The other banks, I don't. I just log into my email and see the alerts. OPay, of course, I have the app. So so what am I saying? Some of you have lots of cards, lots of apps, lots of things that make you just spend. Jumia, every spending platform is on your phone. And you wonder why you don't have money. So delete those apps now. Go to your bank app. Delete it. Yes. Delete it. You will not die. Delete it. Just leave one app that can fund your everyday life. If you're not married, delete it. And let your money be in an account that you need 5 hours to reach where the card is. Clear? Number 2, define your bank accounts and be loyal to them. Yeah? Define your bank accounts. Like I told you, I have 3 basic accounts for my own personal accounts. One is EcoBank. Zenith Bank is joint with my wife, and of course she has all the withdrawal platforms, then I have to pay the one I bought with. So my EcoBank is what I call, I'll tell you, let's just roll the class. So having many accounts and undefined depletes your money. Yeah, I call my EcoBank my destiny account. I call my Zenith Bank my living account. I call my OPay account my balling account. Of course, I have company accounts for Progress and for ZBase. So once I pay everybody involved, everybody involved, I now transfer to the ones I should transfer after tax and all of that, transfer them to my own account. So these three accounts are defined. My destiny is my destiny, and it's very important, even more than my living, because I know I will not die. So whenever money comes, because I respect my destiny, I must take a chunk of it to my destiny account. So it's not just EcoBank, it's my destiny account. EcoBank, because EcoBank does not really charge, EcoBank hardly charges. Yes, it's set. I have not even had charges on EcoBank. They even give you interest, so you may want to keep your money there. Yeah, I'm doing these free updates for them, so you can keep the money there and tag it, define it. Yeah, so you must define your account. Number 3, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Many people pay the other person except themselves. When money comes, they pay tithes, they pay tax. They pay government, they pay the government, they pay the church, they pay the beggars in the street, they pay landlord, they pay NEPA bill, they pay water, they pay mechanic, they pay, and they find out that money is half gone or even more or to third gone, and they remember they have not paid themselves. And then the month is still long. Pay yourself first. You heard me? Pay yourself first. Only you cannot solve all the problems of this world. Yeah, you can allocate some money for charity, and that will include church and all the giving you're doing, family, relatives. If you are married to a couple, to a wife or a spouse who prioritize giving to their family than to your destiny, that you have to bring her to me to train, or bring him to me to train, because you will have to form a team with your spouse against parasites, including relatives, because relatives are the number one reason why people go broke. Some of them are lazy, some of them are lascivious with their own money, and when their money is gone, they bring their own trouble, bring themselves to you. You now pay for the damage they cause themselves. So you must know that you cannot solve all the world's problems. You must budget your money for charity. You can say, okay, I'm going to give 10% to charity, including church. So all you're going to give to church falls into that. What you're going to give to beggars falls into that. Me, I don't really do beggars. I have 3 people I give money to, apart from my family. One is a blind, one of my friends who we worked with some time ago in a hotel when I was growing up. The guy turned blind, and the wife left him with the child, and so I know I must support this guy. So I give to him. I have another guy who is a blind. So I don't like blind. I don't like blindness. Blindness is darkness. So that settles my charity for begging. So no matter if you're coming to me now on the street, and I have already settled my charity for that. I have one church I attend, and I support the church, still in the charity budget. So the rest of the money are free for something else. Yeah. So don't just because you are a member of the church, they do this one, you give everything, you give tithe, offering, you give without calculating. Before you know it, you have spent most of the money on a project outside your own. It is God's work, fine, but you are not the only member of that church. So you make a budget, and once it's exhausted, let everything wait till next month. Yeah, makes sense to you? Because you're not gonna be the only one who solves the world's problems. You must know that. Number 4 now. Budget for charity, philanthropy, and faith support, and stick to the budget. I have already said that. You must stick to the budget. They will want to stretch you. They will call you names. They will pressure you. stick to the budget. If you're not a Nigerian audience, what I just said is that if it is not there, it is not there. Yeah, it is not there because you've exhausted the budget. So they wait for next month. Somebody wants to put to bed and he's mounting pressure on you and you've exhausted your money for charity and philanthropy. It is not there. They can borrow someone else. By next month, you see what you can do. Don't break your account for anybody because you may not have the face to go around begging. Like me, I don't even know how to beg. I don't even know how to ask. Except for a job. So that's why I don't put myself where I will need to ask. Even if you're not like me, there is prestige in managing your life. Because even that person that his wife is putting to bed had 9 months to prepare for that delivery. 9 months. God is so wise. So no man will have an excuse of being under emergency. Even the man that comes to say his house has expired, he had 1 year to plan that rent. That guy that said his kids' school fees are due, he must not put his kids in that expensive school. So it is people's mismanagement that make them mount pressure, undue pressure on the things you yourself have avoided, have planned away. So don't fall into that pettiness. If you can help, if you still have money left in your budget for that, yeah, fine. Otherwise, it's not there. You heard me? Have a broke account, yes, very important. I call a broke account a level you get to in your boiling financial financing and you are broke. Like me, I have a balance account. If I reach 20k on my OPay, I'm broke. Because that 20k is now what I'm going to use to sort my data. I'm going to use some things like that I need to fix on my everyday life. So once it is 20k, I'm broke on my OPay. Of course, that can also translate into your main account. You must not live beyond 1 million naira if you are an adult in Nigeria. You must not live below 1 million naira because emergency can come or opportunity can come for you to make an investment or for you to escape death or something. You must have a broke account that is up to 1 million naira. Or if you don't, not because of how things are, you mustn't be less than, I want to say 500,000, but let's be 100,000 naira in your account. It's somewhere you cannot touch. And you can just, whenever you have emergency, whenever it is choking, you go and you chop. There must be a broke account, but many people don't. I bet many people, including you watching this, didn't know what a broke account is and never even thought of it. To just pay and believe money will keep coming. Continue. There must be an account, a level you reach, a threshold you reach, and you are broke. That is, you are broke. What you are living, what you are spending on are only food. And that food is even minimal. You don't go extravagant. It's just minimal because you are broke. But you have 1 million or 2 million in your account, but you are broke because you have reached your broke account. Yeah, you got it. Did you get that? All right. It shouldn't be less than 100k for someone that is growing, that is struggling to stand. But if you are an adult with a family, 1 million naira must be in your account. Must sit in your account, right? Just in case money. I call it just in case money. All right. The next one, have a financial accountability partner. Mine is my wife. If you are lucky like me to have a good wife, then make him or make her whatever night. If you're lucky to have a good husband, some men are stingier than some women. For me, my own case is that I am more of the spending type than my wife. So she is the stingy one, and it's good for us. She must explain where that money is going to before you leave my wife's account. You are going to explain sometimes in 2 occasions before she will agree, and it must fit into the plan. So it makes it safe for the money. And even her own money, that's how she spends, that's how she does. Yeah. So have an accountability partner. Yeah. Confide with a family member or trusted friend to keep watch of your spending. They can hide your ATM card. Yeah. They can keep it until you explain what the money is going to do before they can give you the card. And even if you want to fight them, they will not agree. Get someone like that. It could be a spouse, it could be your child, it could be your sister, a trusted person. Yeah, very important. All right. Reward or punish yourself periodically whenever you meet or miss your money habit milestone. So when you say you want to save 200,000 every month, for instance, and you are able to do that this month, go buy yourself some chicken, man. Reward yourself. Whenever we reward our mind, we instruct it to repeat the thing it just did. Yeah. Whenever we reward our minds, ourselves, our mind is given an instruction to do that thing again. So subconsciously, our mind will look for ways. Our subconscious mind will look for ways to repeat that thing and make us to reward it. Yeah, yeah. And then punish yourself if you fail to meet that milestone. Our minds don't like to be punished. Our minds don't like pains. So give yourself pain. Say, okay, because I'm not able to spend, I'm not able to save 200,000 naira. I'm not going to eat. If you love pizza, I won't eat pizza this month because I failed to reach my 200,000 naira monthly savings. Deprive yourself of something, starve yourself. You know what you like, starve yourself of that. That is an instruction given to your mind subconsciously, subconsciously, never to repeat that thing you just did. And of course, we are products of our minds. So your mind will guide against that subconsciously. You see yourself not repeating what you don't like and repeating what you like. Please pay attention. You are in charge and you are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your life. I cannot reiterate this enough. You must track your expenses to make the best from your money. Allocate your monies before they arrive. Yeah, I'm rounding off. Allocate your money before they arrive. You know the money that are coming. So before they come, in your head, structure it where they are going. If you are not if you're not sure of your head because of the many things going on there, many businesses, many things, because it's round, you get an exercise, get a book, get a journal where you write things down. Once you have money you're expecting, go to that journal. This money is going here, this amount is going here, this amount is going here. So you know what is left. So that when the money comes, you know what you have. It might be 10 million naira, but you have just 10,000 naira. Yes. But if you do not allocate the money, you will think you have 10 million naira. Whereas there are more pressing needs, there are more investments, opportunities, there are more things you could have done with the 10 million. If you wake up, you see the money remaining 500,000 naira and you've not done the things you've always wanted to do. Allocate your money. The way you have just send them to the located places and be left as a normal human being. Live as a normal human being. Always live like a normal human being. Never look like a rich person. If you get a raise in your company, do not increase your lifestyle. Don't bloat your lifestyle. Remain in your normal lifestyle. Let nobody know you've made more money. Let nobody, including your children, know you've made more money. Maintain the status quo. Yeah, and proper fix the money where they will bring more fruits and more harvest. Write down how much you make and allocate them in their order of priority. If you are a salary earner, you know how much you make, so allocate them so that when they pay you, you know how much you have. So if someone comes for help, you know you cannot afford it because what you have is only for your basic expenses. Allocate your money. Identify spending cues. And neutralize those born out of emotions. There are people that just wait for month end. They will start texting you. They will start sending you prayers. They will start reminding you of how they were close to you in the past. I have them. I have left many WhatsApp groups because they are spending cues. Someone would have a little problem. I'll bring it to the WhatsApp group. One of them is where I play football. I play football every Saturday. And young people, some of them. Young people like that who don't really understand life. So they want to turn the place to a begging channel. So every month someone will come, my wife flex, my child's school fees, my this. Because they know some of us are some can afford some things. So they will want to take advantage of that. And they will even call you, the group admin will call you, pressure you. And someone like me, if I have the money I will give. If I have the money in my body, I will send to them. I woke up and see that this thing happens almost every time. I left the group And they asked me why. I told them, no, since he's just playing football on Saturday, if you have any information, I will hear it in the field. I will keep the information in the field because this is a football group. It is not a charity group. It's not a charity. It's not an NGO. Yeah. So you have to identify spending cues. You have friends that every time you are with them, they want to buy something. They want to because they know you have money. They want to buy something. They see fruit. Oh, that fruit. They see. They want to buy something. Avoid that kind of friends. I told you already. If you have a friend who used to sample weeks or things you can't control yourself at on WhatsApp status, block them just for you to or unsave their number just for them to escape their view or just for their view to escape whichever way is correct. Yeah. Delete spending apps. Those apps used to buy things online. Delete them. Even on Facebook, some friends that used to always market with pressure, delete them. Avoid spending cues to keep yourself free from vultures. It's an African proverb that says, "When vultures surround you, try not to die." Try not to die. African proverbs, yeah. When vultures surround you, try not to die. Try not to show your money where parasites are around because they will bite on it. They will pressure you. They will blackmail you. They will gaslight you till they get your money. If you win a contract, don't go and announce in church because some churches will make a new church project, whatever they call it. They will they want to do something in church because somebody has 100 million naira. And because it's the work of God, you feel guilty if you don't sleep. You know it's your sense. The money. So when you have more money, keep quiet. Keep quiet. Not just quiet. Keep quiet. That is the essence I need to emphasize. So you hear it. Yeah. Mark, moderate, or avoid people and things that like to bite on your money. I'll say that again. Mark, moderate, or avoid people and things that like to bite on your money. Yeah. The last thing before we go is set financial benchmarks. Stay broke on what doesn't matter and rich on what matters. I have a friend, I learned this from a friend. Uzo is his name. The guy built a house. And when he was launching the house, he called me and I went. Uzo never looked like someone that is building a house. Beautiful house. Beautiful house. I asked him, where did you get the money from? Where did you start? And he shared this story with me of his boss, the man he's working for. So the man taught him to always stay broke, look broke, and be broke on what doesn't matter and rich on what matters. So that his boss can come to the office with 0 naira. Somebody comes, a beggar branches the office, and maybe as he was stepping out, he jams the beggar. He has no cash. So he will tell the security man to give the beggar money, and the security man will always have money. Poor people, they always have money. They will always have money. Not poor, but people at that level who don't understand money. They always have money. They always have free cash. So they will give 200 naira, 100 naira. But the boss hardly has free money. So, but the boss is doing projects, investments with money. But physical common money he does not have. So you must want to be like that. You should be like that. I learned that. I learned that from him. So I may walk in the streets, but I may be broke. I may be broke. You see me, things, oh gosh. Only my dressing will make you know this man is not really poor. But cash-wise, I'm broke. But I'm doing some strong things that you'll be shocked to see. There's a guy that I gave a job, increased job, floor job, something like that. The guy used to come in with bicycle, one tattered bicycle like that. And then I heard that guy he's living in his house, story building. He does floor, increase. He does good at do outside floor. That guy does that. But he has a story building of his own. He has no car. He rides a bicycle. You can be building a house and asking a friend for a drop from work or from church. You can be making, you can make for a big investment and live on an average or good life. You can have a multi-million naira investment and still live like a book man until when you are sure the money is enough, you can now start to show them. Yeah. Last thing I'm gonna share is, second to the last, create a habit contract. Let there be something that when you do, it will trigger other things. You know, a contract. Contract is a deal, a treaty, an agreement. That once you do this and your partner does this, it will lead to this, and that will lead to that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah, that's what I call a habit contract. So find out one thing, like when you first do it, it will trigger other things. For instance, you may want to be safe while driving, like me. So once you enter the car, the first contract you give yourself is to put on your seat belts. First thing, and it has entered my subconscious. As I sit, the first thing is my seat belt, and that will guarantee my safety in the event of an accident. I don't pray for it, but it's one of the risks of being on the road. Yeah, so you must secure yourself and protect yourself from it. So you must have a habit contract with your money. And once money comes into your account, you're going to send half to your destiny account, or 1/4, or that you will not spend till 3 days, or till 2 days, or till 1 week. So that is going to trigger other things that will generate the results you want. I hope you understand what I mean. So you must have that, a habit contract. And once money comes to your account, you won't go out, you go home first, count it, keep it somewhere, and rest, sleep. Yeah? Makes sense? Alright. Delete online shopping apps like Jumia from your phone. This is the last thing I will say. I am repeating it because I know this is one thing that has made people spend money. Two things. These apps and having free money in your pockets make you spend money that you will spend. So go and delete those bank apps. Those bank apps are for the banks, because the bank knows that whenever you open them, you transfer, and they will make their VAT, they will make their service charge, they make for their SMS and email. So it is for the bank, not for you. They make it look as if it makes you able to pay on the go. Yes, it makes life easy, but spending your money easily is not to your advantage. Like I have said, spending your money should be hard. That's why many people were rich out during the COVID-19 pandemic. I was rich that time because I did training. I was doing training almost every day around the world online. And then the monies were not easily spent because there were no shops, there were no places to go to. So the monies were piling up. Yeah. So when you make your money difficult to spend, the money piles up. And it happens if you delete these apps and avoid going out with free money. Just carry money enough for where you're going. It's gonna help you. Carry enough to buy fuel, carry enough to buy water, carry enough for a few things you may want to see and buy. If you want to stop by to buy things to your house, you can always ask your spouse who is if you have money to transfer to you. Yeah, to transfer to the place you want to buy. Of course, sometimes you need to shop once. Like in my house, we shop at most twice a month. So all the things you need for a month, you list them and go to the market. You don't go to supermarkets most times. You go to the market, the main market, and buy at wholesale. Sometimes you spend 5,000 on a product because we buy wholesale. And we store the house and use them. So there's hardly no need to buy egg, branch to buy egg, because there's always egg. There's no need to buy beverage, there's always beverage. Are you with me? That makes me, if I'm going out, just go out with the money I need, maybe buy water or that way I can even go out without money. Sometimes I go out without money, just water, and I'm fine. Because I have made spending money difficult. I have understood that the more money stays in my hand, the more chances of more money I have. So you don't want to be a victim of these prompters, because these apps are prompters. They know how to prompt you into spending your money on items you already have or you have no need of. They have the way of making you spend on things you already have or have no need of. I hope this makes sense to you. This is what I've got for you. Thank you for the honor of your time. Danke, Gracia, merci beaucoup. Thanks, Sosongo, Dalo, Shenagode. So, come again your way. Please share this video with your friends, and they are ready to follow the platform for more. And if you need more training on any facet of life, do well to DM. If you have a business, you want a consultant that will help you make more money and expand the business. You have me. You have a construction work, anything construction, you have me. Thank you so much for the honor of your audience. Again, have a beautiful, beautiful time and keep walking the pathway of productivity. Wisdom is a weapon. Bye.